Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we begin, I just want to clarify that anything not directly mentioned in the scriptures is for educational purposes only. Now, are we living in the world as God originally created it? The answer is no. But why is that? What happened to change everything? Let's dive into the differences in this video. To understand this, let's first go back to the days of creation when God created the heavens and the earth. The Bible tells us that the earth was formless and empty. It's not exactly void, because in the very next verses, God begins creating a vault in the sky, separating the waters above from those below. God created the earth with water, which is one of the reasons it's unique compared to the rest of the planets. There was one portion of water above the sky and another that filled the earth below. Now, there are several theories about what happened to the waters above the sky. The most widely accepted one is called the canopy theory. It suggests that the water, under certain atmospheric pressure, could have condensed into vapor or formed a transparent ice canopy around the Earth's atmosphere. This canopy was believed to have existed from the days of creation up until the flood. You might wonder, is it possible to have an invisible canopy? And the answer is yes. Even today, we have an invisible canopy, the ozone layer, which filters out harmful ultraviolet radiation. It's believed that the water canopy acted similarly, protecting life on Earth from certain cosmic radiation until the flood when it came down as rain for the very first time since creation. So let's compare the world before the flood to what we know today. In the Bible, it says that God gathered the waters under the sky into one place, allowing dry ground to appear. At that time, there was a single giant landmass, no continents, just one massive piece of land, and there was no rain. So how did plants and trees grow? There were two main reasons. First, God created 4 rivers to water the land. Second, there was the presence of mist, which provided hydration. Essentially, God provided all the food needed for the living creatures that were yet to be created. God created vegetation that bears fruits and nuts for birds, animals, and humans to consume. However, at the time of creation, no shrubs or plants had yet grown. There were no towering mountain ranges or deep valleys in this early world. This brings us to a key point. It's believed that the pre-flood world had a kind of greenhouse-like environment, with nearly uniform climatic conditions across the planet. Moving on, in Genesis chapter 9, we read that when Noah drank wine from his vineyard, he became drunk. This was likely something that had never happened before, since fermentation may not have occurred, or it would have happened very slowly in the pre-flood world. Are humans the only intelligent beings to have lived in the first world? The answer is no. According to the Bible, after God created Adam and Eve, he instructed them to be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. When Adam and Eve had children, they married among themselves. Marital relationships between close family members were considered normal until God gave Moses instructions on Mount Sinai, prohibiting such relationships and declaring them unlawful. At that time, there were superior beings known as the Nephilim, the children of fallen angels and human women. These beings were often referred to as giants in ancient texts. Now, if we look at the lifespan of humans in the first world, it's much longer than what we experience today. The average human lifespan is about 72 years now, but in the first world, people lived much longer, for an average of 800 years, according to Genesis 5. For instance, Adam lived for 930 years and died during the days of Lamech, who was Noah's father. But the most notable figure in terms of lifespan was Methuselah, who lived for an astonishing 969 years. What's fascinating is the meaning of his name. When he is dead, it shall be sent. The flood, according to biblical text, occurred the very year Methuselah died. Isn't that interesting? In the early world, humans and other living creatures were believed to be vegetarians. God explicitly said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food." However, after the flood, God changed his instructions. "Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything." So, what made the people of the first world so much better than the humans we see today? For one, they had superior genetics. Being just 10 generations down the line of God's creation, their genetics was much purer and less prone to diseases. Even though they married within their families, they didn't experience the negative effects of consanguinity, those harmful consequences seen in later generations. The unique climatic conditions of the First World also played a significant role. These conditions are believed to have filtered out many harmful cosmic radiations, resulting in fewer free radicals in the environment. This likely slowed down the aging process and reduced mutations, contributing to the health and longevity of those early humans. Most people believe that ancient humans were nothing more than hunters and gatherers, but is that what the Bible says? Let's take a closer look. When God created Adam, he gave him a specific task: to work and take care of the Garden of Eden. Later, Adam's sons had their own professions. Abel was a shepherd, tending flocks, while Cain was a farmer, working the soil. As humanity grew, people developed even more skills. Jabal became the father of those who lived in tents and raised livestock, while his brother Jubal pioneered musical instruments like the harp and flute. This tells us that early humans didn't just survive, they thrived, enjoying music and entertainment. Then there was Tubal-Cain, a master craftsman who forged tools from bronze and iron, proving that advanced metalworking existed long before modern history gives credit. What changed? What could have drastically changed the entire anatomy of that world? We all know the answer: the Great Flood. According to the Bible, in the 600th year of Noah's life, which was the 1656th year since the fall of humanity, the rain began to pour. But this flood wasn't just caused by heavy rainfall. It was a cataclysmic event triggered by the breaking of the canopy and the bursting of the great deep. The water levels rose so high that even the tallest mountains were submerged, more than 15 cubits deep, which is slightly longer than a shipping container. Some scientists believe that this flood may have played a crucial role in fracturing the Earth's tectonic plates, leading to continental drift that reshaped our world over time. When the plates cracked open, it wasn't just water that emerged. Massive earthquakes, tsunamis, and other natural disasters followed, completely transforming the Earth's surface. This global catastrophe led to the formation of deep valleys, towering mountain ranges, and vast new ecosystems, permanently altering Earth's geology and climate. Setting the stage for the world we know today. Could it be that this event changed human history forever? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more deep dives into biblical contents.